as Nick just mentioned, I'm Yulia, and I've been dealing with showcasing games for about 7 years now. I started with Casual Connect, and now I'm with tinyBuild, and I'm helping indie developers to show their games and get the maximum benefits from their game showcases. So in today's presentation, you will find answer to such question: why do I need to showcase my game? Where can I showcase my game? What do I do before, during, and after the expo to maximize showcasing benefits? So, question, why to showcase? So, first of all, at different expos, you can meet your fans and other developers, which is growing your network that you will need in the future. You get to collect first-person feedback. You watch your game played by real players. You grow your gaming community. You connect with press, which is very important. You meet potential publishers and investors. And you see other games and become inspired. There's countless times people came to expos, played games, and got the great ideas from other games that inspired them to create their own games. So another question is where to showcase. So here's a small list of different showcases that you can apply to. Some of them are paid, some of them are free, some of them are consumer showcases, some of the business showcases. So it's just a small list. It's all US-based. There's many, many more events you can showcase at, and I recommend you to check out website promoterup.com calendar, where you can see what going to be some of the next showcases, where can you apply, etc. So there's some factors that I call yes factors to participation. So if the showcase is free, of course, you participate when the showcase is free. When it is geographically close to you, so if it's in Seattle, why not to participate, right? So if you get a cheap or paid accommodation and travel, especially when some of the costs covered by the organizers, and other benefits, like speaking at the event, or if your game is nominated for an award. So if it's a business style of event, and you need a publisher, investor, partner, or business connections, you need to go to a business event. If you need to grow your fan base and press outreach, then a consumer event is for you. So, okay, imagine you got this email that says, you're accepted. Welcome to showcase your game at our event. So here's some to-dos before this event. Find out the showcase times, because sometimes showcase times are different from event open times. So find out such information, how many expo passes your team can get. Do you have to pay for the expo passes? Does event provide any hotel discounts, maybe some free accommodation like hostel for indie developers? Do you need to provide any game info? Some events print game information on like brochures, on roll-up banners, etc. So you want to know what game info they require from you, what logo resolutions, what kind of text you can submit, etc. And always make sure to prove the stuff that is going to print. So also see if you can get your table location map in advance. I will talk about this later. Set up meetings with partners and press. It's very important to set up meetings in advance so you can see your schedule when you can be there to showcase your game, when you have a meeting. So make sure to set up such things in advance. And of course, check out the party schedule. Lots of such events have after-event party, networking parties, and this is where you meet most of business connections. Also, don't forget to announce to your fans that you will be at the event. Okay, now more about those maps and location. So you need to announce your table location via email, web, and social media so people can find you. It also makes setting up meetings easy. It allows you to plan ahead your booth setup. because you can see where people will be coming from, and you will see how big of a space you will be getting. Another important point, find out who your neighbors are. If you know your neighbors, if you're friends with those developers, you can plan some mutual marketing initiatives. You can help each other. You can watch each other's showcases, and they can help you as well to showcase your game. For example, if you need to leave, you're only one person, they can help you with that. So as you guys are indie developers, I know you're on a tight budget, so savings matter. So there's some questions that you need to ask organizers to see how you can save money. So ask, will I get free Wi-Fi? Will I get a free wired internet connection? Do I have to pay for electricity? How many power outlets per booth they will be provided? Will the table, chairs, and tablecloths be provided? And how many tables and chairs per team? So there's some more questions that you can ask about your booth setup. How much space will I have at the event, and what are dimensions of my space? Will the table be provided, and what are the table dimensions? Can I bring a custom table cover and tablecloth? Can I set up roll-up banners like that next to the table? Will I get pipe and drape and carpeting, or do I need to bring my own carpeting? So there's more questions to ask. It's probably the most expensive part of the show. It's AV, because most of you guys have digital games, and to show you digital games, you need AV equipment. So here's some questions. So will any of the AV equipment be provided by the event organizer? If not, is there a dedicated AV equipment provider? What furniture is provided? Can I rent furniture from the venue? Can I bring my own furniture? So here's some solution. You can go to a store and buy your own furniture. This is what we do at tinyBuild. And we end up with tons of beanie bags after the events. Also, here's our orange puzzle carpet. This is a perfect tinyBuild color, and it's cheaper than the venue carpet by like twice. So we do this at all PAXes. Okay, another question that is often not covered, but you always have to ask, is security. So ask such questions as, will there be a security at night? Do you have to take your equipment with you or put it away overnight? You don't want anything of your stuff to be stolen because it will make you sad. So make sure to watch your equipment at all times. Don't trust anyone, well, besides your friends. And see if your friends and other team members can keep an eye on your equipment. If you can, get a lock for your laptops, phones, and tablets, or any light equipment that can be taken from you. So here's an example of what we did with tinyBuild. It's basically a stand, but also a lock for iPads. It's also a charging station. So, and it's not very expensive, so I really recommend it. So, okay, and this is the most important part of this presentation, is preparing a special game demo for the expo. So you need it because people who play at the expo is different from people who actually play your game. And the type of gameplay has to be much more fast-paced because there's many different games, and people try to just see overall picture of the game, and they don't have 8 hours to pass your game. So make it 3-5 minutes long. If possible, print out the controls, have it in front of people's eyes. Make sure to include a mini tutorial in the game. It can be like in a comic form, or it can just show a person buttons which to press. You need to make sure that your game at the expo is always in a play mode. Black screen, crashes, people messing with your equipment, you cannot allow that. It should be always game on the screen, and ideally you could invest some time and make a game build that runs itself. So person sees gameplay, they come, they starts playing, and it just happens intuitively. And of course, test the demo builds thoroughly on all devices before bringing it to the expo. So speaking of devices, when setting up your mobile devices, make sure they're fully charged so that don't die in the middle of the expo. If there are cords, put them away so people don't step on them, don't ruin anything. And check on the cords often. They tend to disconnect and tangle, especially if you have like Xbox and people playing on the Xbox connected to console. And if possible, have a dedicated TV that is showing your game trailer. So people see the game trailer, oh, this is a game, and they come in and start playing your game. So let's talk about branding. So there's many, many different ways to brand your table at an event. Of course, the cheapest and probably most effective way of branding is business cards. It can be company or game cards. So bare minimum you can do is put company and game cards on a table and make sure for your game to include a link for your game and QR code, some information people use to get to your game. You can also print flyers and custom tablecloths, table banners, standing banners like this, roll-ups, work very well. You can also use such things as cardboard cutouts and photo wall for people to come in and take pictures. Backdrops, very cool thing, works super well. If you have more money, you can invest into customized booths. People love such things. And always make sure that your banners get appropriate lighting. Some expos don't have enough lighting, so you can install your own lights or buy banners that already have pre-installed lights. So here's an example of speedrunner's backdrop, and it's awesome. It actually fits in a small suitcase and travels real well. And here's on the left you see an example of speedrunner's comic flyer, and on the right it's our unique cardboard cutout. Okay, so some events do not provide an actual expo space, they just provide you with a table. But with enough imagination, you can make great things with just a table. So you can have on-table banners and posters. You can put cardboard around your TV screen. You can have original table setup that will be completely different from other people's setups. You can attach balloons to your chair and table. And people really like balloons, especially little kids, and you can see balloons from very far away. And you can also make toys based off your game, or like 3D printed toys. And you can also make like a board game based off your game and put it on your table. There's many different things you can do. You're only limited by your imagination. So here's a picture example. It's a table banner and some cardboard toys that people made based off their game. Okay, so now you're at the event. What you can do at the event? You can distribute your game cards. Many different ways to distribute your game cards. You can distribute them from your booth. You can give them to people who just play at your game. Say, hey, here's a game card if you'd like to check it out for later. If you have a couple of people that help you, you can have them distribute cards to people that pass by, in the aisles. You can send them around the conference to distribute cards. And what we found very effective is to approach people that are waiting in lines, especially at big conventions like PAX. They're usually very bored. It's like hour-long lines. And they're very happy to get anything from anyone. And if you say, here's a card with a game demo, they're like, oh, yes, free games. Yeah, sure. You can do that. And you can add value to your card by printing a discount code or QR code that I just mentioned with a free demo. So you can cooperate with other developers that are your friends to organize a kind of scavenger hunt thing. So you can send people to collect different types of cards around, come back, and say they win something. They win a free game. They win a little toy, a bottle of energy drink. So this will drive players to your booth, and you can also collect winners' emails. Collecting feedback. One of the main goals of your participation in the events. So make sure you're writing down all the feedback from people that play your games. Try to be there, try to be present when people play your game, and collect all feedback personally, and record the gameplay, and let people leave their feedback in a survey. So try to be there, and if you cannot, just record and see what they think about your game. As one of your goals to be part of the event is growing your fan base, and you can collect winners' emails. Oh, you won a game. Please leave your email, and we'll send the game demo to you after the event. You can have a separate tablet where people can sign up to a mailing list and get a free game demo. If you have a photo wall that we mentioned before, you can take photos of the attendees and then email the pictures to them after the event and say, oh, please give me your email. I'm going to email you your photo. And some people already at this convention, they came up with cool ideas. For example, they say, would you like a cookie? Leave your email. So this also works. Using social media. Social media is great for promoting your game at convention. You can take pictures of people that play your game and tweet at them and post photos on Facebook and Instagram. And if people take pictures at your booth and post them, they can win a prize. You just need to organize hashtag for that. Sorry. If your game is competitive, you can tweet and post about tournaments and prizes. So this is how you will engage people and draw them to your booth. And speaking of tournaments, tournaments are awesome. If you're showing a competitive game where a player can play against one or more players, you are very lucky, because such games tend to generate even more engagement, and crowd loves to play and watch such games. If you plan to have a tournament, make an announcement about it in advance via social media, and in your booth, make an announcement about the prizes. Show your appreciation to the winners by giving them cool swag and posting photos of them. Even if you have 1 versus 1 game, there's a way how to engage people. You can say, hey, beat a developer and win a t-shirt. Cosplay. Okay, this is my favorite part. Cosplay is awesome. So if your game is not checkers, if your game something cosplayable, you have to make cosplay. Cosplay next to the game attracts people. People will want to take pictures with cosplayers. They will post them online. It also attracts press. Press takes lots of pictures with cosplayers, of cosplayers for their blogs, because this is something that makes people happy. They love cosplayers, and it usually means that the game is fun to play. So have your cosplayers walk around and give away your game flyers and direct people to your booth. And they even can have something attached to them saying, hey, find out more in booth number, blah, blah, blah. They even can have like iPad with your game attached to them. So there are many different ways to use cosplay in your advantage. So here are some examples of cosplays that we did. It's Unique on the left and Salem on the right. It's both characters from our game Speedrunners. And this is our very first cosplay. It's a crab claw from No Time to Explain, and we were walking around GDC and grabbing people and taking pictures of them. Okay, now swag. Swag is awesome. Swag is #2 reason for people to come to game conventions. #1 reason is games. There are many ways for people to get swag. You can give it away. You can give it as a reward for certain actions, such as winning in a tournament, or you can sell it. So I'd like to start with consumables, such as candies, chocolates, pastries, drinks. People get hungry at the conventions. When they see some food, they get attracted to it like zombies. And if they see an energy drink, no, you don't give it away. You tell them, oh, you go, you play my game. You win, you pass the demo, you win the tournament, you get an energy drink. Use it as a reward. It's one of the examples we used with Unique. So there is one bad thing about consumables. People eat them, and it's gone. There is swag that people will take, and they will save it, and they might have it forever. So here's some examples of cheap and effective swag, like stickers, tattoos, badges. Badges, very popular. Lanyards, pens, magnets, keychains. Name another. Any ideas for cheap swag?
Playing cards.
Playing
Playing cards.
Oh, playing cards, yeah. Okay, so this is cheap swag. You can produce many of those. You can massively give it away. People will love it. Okay. There's also special swag. Special swag is expensive swag. It's expensive to produce. You produce a few. You give it to special people. T-shirts, hats, other clothing, mouse pads, toys, flash drives, collectibles. Who do you give it to? You give it to tournament winners, you give it to press, and to other special people like me. Okay, you just had your successful event, everything is great. What do you first need to do? You need to follow up. You need to post pictures of your booth, your impressions of people, all these crowds that play your game. Post it on all your social media channels, and also update your dev blog. Send a post-show newsletter to your new subscribers with some surprise. Maybe you can give away a demo of your game. Maybe you make another cool new announcement, a new competition, something to engage them, something to make your game and yourself memorable to them. And of course, follow up with press that you met at the event. Send them all your press kits, everything free games. Make press love you. Okay, guys, it's important to always be prepared. Always have a ton of business cards on you when you come to such events, even if you're not showcasing. Have lots of business cards. Bring them to networking events in the evening as well, because this is where lots of connections are made. Always have your game elevator pitch ready. Make sure to carry a device with your game trailer on it, so you can show your game trailer and talk to people about it, talk to press. You never know when you're going to stumble into some press, when you're going to stumble on some Twitch streamers, etc. And remember, do not panic. You are already prepared to showcase your game. Do you have any questions?
Okay, well, that was an awesome presentation. It's almost like a checklist of everything that needs to do. So
oh, yes.
Where do people get hold of this presentation so that when they're about to go there, they can just check off all the boxes, the advice? Can they email you to have a link to this presentation? Or
yes, here's the email. They can email. They can email or they can tweet me, and I will send the presentation. Do you have any questions right now? Because there is some things that I didn't include in the presentation. Because yes.
Taking pictures of people in your booth.
Yes.
Especially like kids.
Yes.
Etiquette, legality, rules the shows might have about.
It's usually very cool. If somebody doesn't like it, they will tell you.
Time for one more quick question, because we're about to move on. Any more questions for you? Well, you have a booth here already, don't you? Next door in the indie booth.
No.
No?
I don't have a booth, but my friends have booths.
Friends have booths. So they can find you at the tinyBuild booth? Or?
It's not tinyBuild booth. It's they can find me at like...
in the orange shirt?
I'm orange.
So you're here for both days? So
yes.
Okay,
yeah,
well, thank you, Yulia. That's awesome.
If you want more tips, feel